Blessings crew, and welcome to this week's offering, and coming to you from the dining room. And so just taking that moment as we do with these to be present to where you are, how you're feeling, what's going on in your body, and to your breath. This of course part one, part two follows. And just noticing, especially those of you that are doing these in sequence, what's your time frame, what's around you, what maybe do you need to kind of be able to push to the side a little bit further to practice today. And let's begin with some breathing. So we're just going to sit comfortably. It might be cross-legged, it might be with legs out in front, it could be in a chair. We're going to sit with the breath, we're going to close our eyes, and we're just going to be in that, all that is. So listen to the sounds around you. Notice the light on your eyelids if you've closed your eyes. Notice the clothing on your skin. The points of your body that are touching the floor or a chair or both. Notice the line from the crown of your head down through your body to your base. Breathe along that line, right along it. Letting yourself breathe into that space. Gift yourself this moment just to pause, to slow down, to come inwards. Feel like you're gathering your energy from all the places that it goes, gathering it in. And as you gather it in, we're going to start to move. First thing we're going to do is take our chin down towards the base of our throat. I feel like the scruff of your neck is lifting up and your shoulders are dropping down. And then lift the chin and look up. And just feel the throat opening up, that movement upwards. And then bring all of that back to neutral. And we're going to notice some circles for this. So last week we played with some Muktasana, kind of inspired movement. Today is no different. So we're going to move around the hip space. And we're noticing the change of weight from one butt cheek to the other. The movement in our pelvis. And we're going around the other way. And then we're coming back to a center point. And we're going to take our legs kind of out in front. I'm just going to sit to the side a little bit. So we want to notice the spine, team. And again, we've done some of this work before. If you've worked with me before, our newer crew, this is how we start to get some engagement in our core. And our core really important for our deeper practice of yoga, so our sit and our meditation, but also for life, right? So if you tend to slouch a lot, these are going to be hard work just sitting upright. So first we want to lift our shoulders up and roll them down, and we're going to feel like we can slightly lift the chest without overarching the spine. So we're doing a zip up, and you're going to lean back slightly to do it. Okay, so we're doing that zip up from the pelvic floor all the way up. Now, that's important, right? If we can't feel that lift through the pelvic floor, and we're kind of going, I can't feel it until here, we know that this is where we need to do that mahi, that work. If the pelvic floor is not something that you focus on in your practice, and is something that is either uncomfortable for various reasons or there's not a lot of sensation in. What we're feeling is like we can lift up through the body, so we might not even want to focus on those muscles, but we're just feeling like we're not bearing down. So it's not like you're trying to push something out, it's like you're trying to lift in and up, and that's going to be enough. Okay, notice my hands just made a particular shape. This is yoni mudra. Okay, so it's a feminine mudra for our yoni space. If you're feeling that way, make the yoni mudra, and as you come up, just kind of hold it above the tummy, otherwise just hands on the puku or supporting. And it's just us acknowledging, oh, that lift is coming from there. My hands naturally made it, which is interesting. So it's that feeling. You don't have to have a yoni to make the mudra. So to our tane, to those experiencing life in a male body, you still have that feminine aspect, right? So this is acknowledging that. And of course it's making your core work. Where we want to feel it, we don't want to feel it right down low in our back. We're going to feel like this lower abdominal from our belly button south is drawing up and drawing in. So breathe. Take pauses. So we're going to pause, we're going to come forwards. We're going to get that engagement. We're going to feel what's going on in our body. As we come forward, we're checking in. Is our back okay? Nice deep breath. Now, we're not straight up and down, right? We turn a lot in our lives. And so just while you're here, just come around to the left a little bit. But we're still forward, okay? So we're not sitting upright to do it. We're just coming around and we're feeling, what happens if I lean forward and I turn? And I'm even going to look over that shoulder and I'm going to turn my neck as well. And I'm going to feel those muscles working across the body. And just breathe, just notice. Some of this is awareness, team. We build up into strength by bringing awareness. Go the other side, just go slow. Turn, look over that shoulder, find your breath. Once again, there's a hoof on the floor. Monty, you need to tidy up before class. He's under the kitchen table, entirely ignoring me. Bring it back to center. Okay, now, let me think a jiggle. I'm going to add to that. Okay, so we're going to take this left leg and we're just going to bring it in towards the body. And we've got our arms wrapped around it, but we're careful that we didn't just hunch our shoulders up. So we're rolling our shoulders down and we're taking that foot with us as we lean back. Okay, so the foot comes off the floor. If that feels too strong, anchor it. But we just want to feel like, okay, there's that strength. Drop the shoulders down and lift up along that chest. Kind of feel for where the enough point is, team. We can also hold under here. Okay, remember our legs heavy, so there's a bit of work in this. And one of the things about anything inspired by Pavanamuktasana is it's working with your own body weight. It's no props. It's just working on all those movements. And so we can put that twist in a little bit stronger. Okay, so we're going to kind of not move the leg, we're just going to move the upper body around. And we're going to look over that shoulder. You're going to notice what happens when I do that. Subtle, maybe not so subtle. And the neck, right? So we're getting that beautiful neck stretch. We've got those shoulder blades drop down. We're looking after our back. That foot can be on the floor too, crew. So just looking after. Calm back around. And if we can, we're going to bring the leg across this way. So holding it up, okay? We're going to bring it up into the body and back down. And then notice I'm going to start rocking, okay? So I'm going up into the body and back down. And as I'm leaning back, I'm checking that it's only the muscles I need to be using that are going on. So am I tightening my jaw up? Am I trying to lift my shoulders up to my ears? What am I doing? bring that one down, and again we're stretching. So this time we're coming into a diamond pose, we're checking that back, we're lifting through the chest at the same time. Nice deep breath. Lifting it up and changing sides. So remember, we start with just leaning back, so we can be here, we can have that foot on the floor, rolling down. Now as we start to go through this, you might notice that you can cheat. This is what we want to catch ourselves out on, is I can slump quite a bit and hold on to that knee, but that's not doing me any good at the moment. So I want to lift my chest up and feel not a real tightening, but like my body is turning on to lift up. Okay, so there's some muscles working, and again I'm concentrating on that lift from my base all the way up, and I'm breathing. So if you're kind of finding the breath hard, you might be taking it too deep too soon. So bring the foot down, prioritize the breath. Okay, so if you're here and you're like soften, use the breath. Okay, we're going to turn towards that right side, and we're looking over that right shoulder, and we're just breathing there. And we've got lots of noticing happening, team. What's going on in your body? What's it feel like? And then we're back to center. Okay, and we've got that same kind of feeling of checking in, and we're going to rock. Okay, so I've got this foot up, quite heavy, so we're just rocking gently. And down we go. And this time, we take our legs a little wider. And we're going to sit up into that space again. Like I always say, this might be plenty, right? This, for some people, is not the most comfortable shape to be making. We're going to lift up along the spine, and if we can, we're coming forward. If we can't, we're just working with enough sensation in the body to feel like you are doing something. Walking in, we're going to just bring our legs back in line, or we can sit open cross-legged for this one, see what feels good. We're just going to take our arms and we're going to lift them up. Now, anyone that's read light on yoga will remember that Iyengar's arms, bless him, were right up around his ears. He had hypermobility in his shoulders. Okay, so we want to work out where this shape is for us. Because if I do that and get to there, I've actually tightened up all through here. It's not actually doing me any good. So I want to drop my shoulders down and then work out what does it look like to lift my arms up with my shoulder blades down my spine. Bit of concentration, okay? So just kind of play with that. And notice your breath. So we want to bring the breath right up and in. Then we're going to turn our hands. We're going to imagine we're in down dog. Okay, so we're just pulling those fingers back as if there's a floor there. And that's the shape we want in down dog, okay? Shoulder blades apart and down. And then the reason that they're going that way is because we're lifting our hips in down dog and drawing away from our wrists. We're going to come out like we are pushing against a wall, either side. And we're breathing, and again, we're dropping shoulder blades, and then we're opening up under those shoulder blades. Nice deep breath. And then dropping our fingers down, pushing the back of the hand out towards the wall. And breathing, don't forget that bit. Breathe. Oh, hi. Option of snuggling your dog. Hi, hi, hi. And then let those arms come down, give the dog a cuddle. Hi. Hi, hi, hi. Those of you that haven't met Monty, if you're newer to these offerings, very important puppy dog, eh? Yeah. Yeah. Who quite often does this when it's like, Mum, you actually need to have a stop and a break and a breather. So we're going to do that. We're going to honour Monty's pause. Pause as in P-A-U-S-E and pause as in P-A-W-S. So crew, this is why these offerings have shifted a little bit, is sometimes we just need to honour where we are in our practice. And so for you at home right now, or wherever you're practicing this, think what shape your body would like to make now. Now I'm going to encourage you to do a down dog. Obviously the down dog that I have is slightly different, but if you want to, crawl around into plank. And when you step back into plank, what I want you to do is lift your chest up so that you are lifting away from your wrists. If you're a bit hyperflexive, make sure the crease of your elbow is facing, the creases are facing each other. Take a breath there, push back through the heels and see if you can feel that same line from your pelvic floor all the way up through the centre of the body. It's the same drawing process there that it is when we're sitting. Then what we're going to do, we're going to bend our knees and you're going to lift your hips into down dog. So come up slow, and as you lift, feel like you're lifting away from your wrists, that your shoulder blades are going outwards, and that you're able to kind of pull away, like just drawing out. When you reach that max point with your bum, then it's a roll down of the heels as you straighten those legs-ish. Keep the knees soft, don't overcook the knees. And then you are in down dog, you're going to either have your head drop towards the floor or your ears and your arms in line. So have a play with what feels good there. Notice your breath. If that roll of your feet felt good, bend your knees, lift your hips up, roll your heels down. And do that a few times, bending the knees, lifting those hips, rolling those heels down. And then find just that down dog shape, just noticing, just breathing. And then we're going to bring our knees down. You're going to take your knees out to the edge of your mat into a frog pose. Bring your hips back to your heels and wander your arms away, stretch them out. Then you're going to notice your breath, crew. Just kind of bringing that breath into focus. We're going to do a lovely vision of, sometimes it's called threading the needle, sometimes it's called cat pose. There's all sorts of names for this one. We're going to leave our right arm out in front. You're going to take this left arm, you're going to weave it underneath your right. So you're in frog pose. And then you're going to roll your body open and your left arm is going to come up as far as it'll go, and you're going to follow it with your eyes. And you're going to inhale as that arm slides back under, and exhale, sink back into that pose. And inhale, rolling open to that left side of the mat. Exhale as the arm comes out and up. And then inhale, roll it back under, exhale, bring that head down. And there we go, that's our rhythm. Inhaling up, exhaling open, inhaling, sliding under, exhaling. One more on this side. Inhaling, opening up, Exhaling, rolling it under. Take both those arms out in front. Feel the difference in the arm length. Then take this right arm, weave it under the left, turn and look along that arm. And then inhale, roll open to that right side of the mat. Right arm comes up. Exhale up there. Inhale, roll slowly back under. And exhale. And so we're just going slow, inhaling, exhaling. Keep that movement just nice and steady, nice and long. Last one. Really just reaching it into that space. And then underneath. And then both arms out in front. Nice deep, deep stretch there. You've been on those in that kind of frog pose with your legs for a while. And so we're going to slowly roll our way down onto our belly. So come down onto your tummy. Unless you're me. And you're sitting with your puppy dog. Monty. So we're on our tummy. There's a big groan from Monty. And what you're going to do is you're going to stack your forearms on top of each other and rest your head on your arms. And you're going to take your big toes and touch them together so that your butt is nice and relaxed. And you might need to use fists, especially if it's not so comfortable lying on your chest. A nice deep breath there. And if that's quite nice and comfy, stay there. Otherwise, we're going to slowly lift our head off our arms and just bring the head up. Bring the shoulders up as far as I want, keeping the shoulders down, so real thin, shoulders down. And just looking forward, nice deep breaths. We're on our belly. I'm going to breathe there for a moment. And then sink it back down, bring the head onto the arms. Soften. We're going to turn your head to the right on those arms, so gentle neck stretch again. And then turn your head to the left. Bring it back to center. Part two. So check in with your lower back. We've got our forearms still stacked. We're going to lift our head up off those forearms so you're lying on your tummy, big toes together still. Your options staying here or releasing those arms down alongside the body just off the floor and hanging out there for a few breaths. Shoulder blades down the spine, this time a little gentle squeeze of them together. And breathe. So head lifted, arms rolled back, really feeling that. And then bring those arms back in and under, come down to rest. Check in on your back, make sure it feels okay. And then we're going to bring our hands under shoulders. And you're going to roll yourself back into frog pose or up into a down dog if that feels more like your practice. Last down dog in today's offering. Is that what you're telling me, Mr. Monty? Then come down slowly, crew to seated. Join me here. Take a breath. Take a moment. So I'm listening to my Monty. And this is what I do in my practice. I either listen to myself or I listen to this little rat bag. Those of you that have never been to a class with Monty, he used to do this. And he'd either do it to me, he'd stop me by sitting alongside me or right in the middle of the mat. Or he would do it to someone in class that needed to listen to that. And some of you have been Monty that way. So I'm going to honour that, and this is where I'm pausing for the day. So if you want to lay yourself down and do Shavasana, or if you want to push play on another one to kind of add some more, do that, crew. But to all of you, thank you for joining me in these new, slightly more reflective of my practice versions of this. Many blessings. Take care of your bodies. Take a pause here at least and just feel into that. And thank you for joining me. Thank you for being here. Thanks, Monty.